All you gotta do is pull up here. You know, you wanna join me? Pull up and join. You know what I'm saying? Pull right up here and you can join me. I'm on live.
Yeah, talk that shit. Yeah.
We're here, baby. Pull up.
Know what's up?
211, never here.
Know what's up, yeah.
You know what I mean? We're here, baby. J1 pulling up. He went home. You know, after the gym, he want to go get flea.
Man, they really torched him with those bars. No mercy at all. But let's keep it real. This all circles right back to Jim. That dude got this never-ending urge to prove himself, like he gotta be the loudest in every room. Whether it's him talking reckless in interviews, flooding the gram with flashy pics, or dropping bars like he trying to teach somebody a lesson, Jim Jones been on overdrive lately, and now it's crashing back on him hard. These last few years, Jim been grinding non-stop, trying to flip his image. From a Harlem rapper to a so-called street general, then to a businessman, and now he trying to act like some kind of fashion icon too?
Jim will be out of business after August 3rd, so I'm practicing the weatherman. As you can see, I'm in Harlem, New York. What up, Harlem? I love y'all, you know, but I shit don't go that fast, okay? But anyway, I just want to say, after August 3rd, I'm going to be the new weatherman. If I ain't going to be it, Kiss is going to fill in, or we're going to have to do this shit together. But August 3rd, after August 3rd.
But in all that switch up, people started looking sideways. Like, is Jim really solid? Or is he just performing for clout and camera time? That's what Jadakiss and Styles P been calling out, loud and clear. They didn't even need to say his name. Soon as Styles dropped that line, "You don't buy street cred. You gotta earn that." Everyone knew who he was talking about. That bar hit like a sucker punch. Doesn't matter how many icy chains Jim throw on or how many tracks he drop. He's still not even close to the level of respect Jadakiss and Styles been holding down for decades. That kind of respect can't be bought. It's built off real-life weight, not Instagram likes. Truth is, Jim stay in hustle mode, always talking like he running New York or stirring up beef just to keep his name out there. It's like he allergic to peace. After the lock straight annihilated Dipset in that VERZUZ battle, Jim should have just taken the L and dipped quiet. But nah, he came back throwing shade, running slick talk, acting like Dipset didn't even care that night. Come on, ain't nobody forget when Jadakiss shut that whole stage down solo.
I didn't start it. They asked me how I felt about what was said about me on another platform from some other people. You know, I'm not a troublemaker.
Jim Jones, Styles P, let's talk about it. VERZUZ started out as how much body of work you got, how many dope-ass singles you got, right? Then it grew. It progressed into having levels to this shit. It's sort of like boxing. You think you're going to mash somebody the f out until them lights come on. It's a different story. Styles P said, I'm a barsmith. It's levels to this shit. Meaning, look, I could go on my bag with singles.
That moment told everybody what the real hierarchy was. And now Styles and Kiss making it extra clear for him with this latest jab, they didn't hold back, not even a little. Jim out here stretching himself way too thin. He trying to be the street boss, the rapper, the fashion guy, the businessman, all at once. And now it's starting to look like smoke and mirrors. Styles P called it out straight up in a recent interview. He said Jim's whole energy been feeling forced, and that stung deep. Cause Jim built his name on Harlem authenticity, not stage PR moves and flashy distractions. When someone like Styles P calls your whole vibe fake, man, that hit different. Back in the day, Jim had that block-certified stamp. He wasn't just spitting bars. He was really outside moving through the streets with that Harlem grit. But somewhere along the ride, all that realness got traded for designer fits, fashion week photos, and flexing in foreign whips, like he swapped out his grind for some influencer lifestyle. And that switch? Yeah, everybody noticed. Jadakiss and Styles P didn't pull up on no petty beef. This ain't about drama, it's about real ones calling out the phony. These two built their whole legacy off straight bars, timeless classics, and staying 10 toes down. They never had to fake it or chase trends. So when they see Jim popping up in every viral space, trying to chase clout instead of cooking up solid heat, of course they gon' speak on it. Jim always jumping on whatever trend's hot, like he trying to stay relevant by any means. But Loax, they are the blueprint. They didn't need no gimmicks, just pure skill, loyalty, and respect. Meanwhile, Jim out here clowning around with viral stunts instead of dropping that heavyweight music. That's why the OGs side-eyeing him heavy right now. The streets never forget who's solid and who's just dressing the part. So what really lit the flame again? Jim Jones walking into those podcast rooms talking like he run the whole New York rap scene. He straight up put himself over legit legends, and people were not cool with that. It rubbed everyone the wrong way, like, who gave this man the crown?
Jim Jones.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, he's been in a few fights.
Has he won any?
I believe so.
Oh, really? Which one?
They say he beat up
His baby mama or something like that?
Nah, he beat up dude at the restaurant.
Who, the cook?
Let me see.
I don't even think he's from Harlem, tell you the truth.
You don't think he's from Harlem?
Nope. I think because they never talk about him being in Harlem. I think he's from North Bronx or some shit.
You know, he claims a blood gang out there.
Britney Spears claims a blood.
At first, Jadakiss stayed quiet, but that silence, that was louder than words. Then boom! He slid in with a slick clapback that had the internet in a frenzy. Jim always pushing this I'm elite talk, like he already reached the top tier. But newsflash, you can't crown yourself off your own hype. You need those classics, the grind, and real love from the block to wear that title. And when Jada hit him with that numbers don't lie line, that was a smooth, cold mic drop. Everyone still got that VERZUZ night burned in their memory, and Jim, he still can't wipe off that L. Then Styles P doubled down and said it plain, if you gotta throw shade just to lift yourself up, that's weak energy. Like, how you gonna call yourself royalty while trying to tear down the kings already sitting on the throne? He was never really built for this from the jump, and boom, that flipped the whole convo about respect and legacy on its head.
I think Jim was trolling. So I don't have much to say about it because I don't believe that Jim Jones believes that he's a better rapper than Nas, Pusha T, and Styles P. Yeah. I think he's an icon in terms of the fashion shit. And yeah, but we got to stop the train at somewhere.
Nas is a good place to stop that.
Nas is a great place to stop that train for anybody.
Yeah.
When you start naming specific people,
I'm not mad at that.
It feels weird to me. Also, he doesn't have more Billboard entries than Nas. That's the other thing.
I didn't check it.
Yeah, Jim got the drip. Yeah, he got the hustle. But when it comes to Jada and Styles, they bring something Jim can't fake. Credibility. These dudes didn't have to shout, I'm the king of New York every week. The culture crowned them years ago, and it was earned, not forced. Meanwhile, Jim's still out here chasing likes and validation one IG post at a time. Let's not pretend this tension came out of nowhere. This been brewing for years, way before that VERZUZ meltdown. They were already trading slick lines and freestyles, shady tweets, and subtle shots on the mic. Back then, folks tried to brush it off like it was just rap politics, but now, the whole pot done boiled over. And Jadakiss and Styles P, oh, they've been keeping tabs. In one of their IG lives, Styles straight up called out how some rappers perform more for Instagram than they ever did for their own block, and everybody knew exactly who that was aimed at. Jim's whole vibe now looking like a walking billboard. Flashy, loud, shiny, but it don't touch the soul. Jada, he cool as ever. Said it plain. We don't compete with gimmicks, we compete with bars. And that's a different level of smoke. While Jim's busy taking selfies in Louis stores and trying to trend, the L-Ox still dropping truth-packed verses that hit harder than ever. The contrast is wild. Fans are splitting sides, and you can feel the shift in the air. Now don't get it twisted. Jim got talent, no doubt. But when every move feels like promo, like it's just part of a brand deal, the music stops feeling real. Especially when you stand next to guys like Jada and Styles, two legends who let the music do the talking. This whole thing, it ain't about who's hot this week, it's about legacy. And right now, Jim's legacy looking shaky, while the L-Ox out here aging like fine wine, smooth, strong, and only getting more respected. What makes this whole situation even messier? Jim's still out here playing like it's all just jokes and good vibes, but the way Jada and Styles been talking, nah, they ain't laughing. They serious. There's a big difference between friendly sparring and a real call-out. And Jim, he crossed that line when he kept throwing slick shade after that VERZUZ loss. One of his posts even tried to flip it like Jada and Styles were just hating because he was winning. But winning what exactly? Because Jada's sitting on platinum plaques, real respect, and bars that still shake the game. Styles P still got the hood behind him heavy. He dropping classic verses that still slap today, running juice bars, spitting life wisdom, and killing tracks like he never left. That's real life wins, no filter. Meanwhile, Jim out here chasing clicks like it's a race for clout, and trust the LOX been peeped the whole game. And fans, they see it too. Jim used to get mad love for keeping it raw and gritty, but now even his day one Dipset loyalists saying he drifted too far into gimmick territory, like he forgot what got him here in the first place. Authenticity been the real currency in hip-hop. Jada and Styles move quiet, but they move heavy. They don't gotta bark all day, they bite when it counts. Every time Jim tries to downplay their legacy, he just making his own look more shaky. That's why their words sting so bad. They not just throwing shade, they speaking on what a lot of folks been feeling. And here's another reason why the streets won't let it slide. Jim keeps trying to remix that VERZUZ-style, like Dipset didn't get washed. In interviews, he acting like they were just goofing around or unprepared. But let's be for real, nobody buying that excuse. Jada turned into a whole beast that night, and the whole world watched it go down. That moment, it wasn't just a performance, it was a statement. A full-on reminder of who really runs the mic, the moment, and the movement. The LOX came in tight, focused, and hungry. Dipset looked like they showed up straight off a party bus, and Jim still trying to play damage control, like softening the blow gon' make people forget. But Styles P said it cold. You can't remix what the crowd already lived. The energy in that building? Legendary. And Jim's spinning the narrative now? It just make him look worse. He trying to act like it was just one night. But nah, this about longevity. Jada and Styles still living in the booth. Ain't no dust on their pen game. Meanwhile, Jim acting like rap just a little side hustle while he talk crypto and show off fashion drops. But hip-hop, it got a long memory. When you take a major L and act like it ain't happened, that don't just kill your streams, it drains your respect. Even his new tracks ain't helping much. Flashy visuals, flexing paper, but the bars, they feel empty. No depth, no punch. Just hollow heat built for short-term hype on the timeline. And don't even get started on that wild Jim versus Nas talk. Nobody believed that was even a convo. Nas is an icon. He earned his stripes through timeless lyricism. And Jim, he not even in that weight class. Man, let's keep it all the way real. Jim ain't even in the same galaxy. Half the stuff he be saying don't even line up when you stack it next to what Nas brought to this rap game. Like, be serious. Hip-hop fans acting like they forgot the levels to this. You can't treat this like a game. You don't play around with a legacy like Nas's. It ain't close. And deep down, everybody knows it. Jim talking about respect and legacy, but Jada, that man still dropping bars that shake the internet with no promo, just raw pressure. What he and Styles bring is that uncut rap endurance. No gimmicks, no stunts, just that grown man grind. They built their names on bars, not buzz. Styles even spelled it out crystal clear. Some build bridges, others build brands. And guess what? Only one of those is built to last. Jim, he way deep in that brand hustle now. And that's cool, if the music hold the same weight, but it don't. Fans peep the vibe. It might look clean on the outside, but if the bars don't hit, it's just styling with no substance. Instead of dropping heavyweight verses, Jim out here throwing shots in IG captions and posting designer drip like it's a fashion show. That's influencer behavior. And yeah, that might be cute for social media, but in hip-hop, that don't earn stripes. This ain't about personal drama anymore. This a culture clash. The old school depth versus the new school flash. Jim trying to wear every hat. Rapper, influencer, businessman, fashion head. But Jada and Styles, they don't need all that. Just give them a mic and they'll shut it all down. That's real power. And here's where the heat turn up even more. The divide between authentic and aesthetic is getting way too loud to ignore. Jim got talent, no doubt, but you can't fake soul. And the fans, they catching on fast. The LOX ain't just winning, they preserving the standard. Real bars, real respect, real rap, period. If you're rocking with this breakdown, go ahead and like the video, drop a comment with your thoughts, share it with your people, and don't forget to subscribe for more real talk just like this. We got more heat coming, so stay locked in, and I'll catch you on the next one.